The aims and objectives of the Worldwide Healthcare Trust is to provide an investment vehicle so that investors can get global exposure across all of healthcare and its subsectors. We believe OrbiMed is uniquely qualified to manage the trust due to our people. People are our best asset. We have over 80 investment professionals, including doctors, scientists, industry veterans. We have one of the deepest healthcare investment teams on the street. We define the trust as a collection of our best ideas across all healthcare subsectors. Our focus is on innovation and growth to generate superior returns. The strength of the team managing the portfolio really comes from our collective experience. Let's start with Sven Borho, over 25 years of healthcare investment management experience. Myself, I've been involved with the trust since 2003, and we have a really deep bench. Our subsector heads collectively have over 80 years of experience managing the trust. I believe our experience has underpinned the long-term outperformance of the trust over the past 20 years. The heart of the management process is something we call PEPR, P-E-P-R, which stands for Public Equity Portfolio Review. These are meetings where new ideas are vetted across the entire team. Alpha generation starts with primary due diligence, thesis formulation, and then information sharing at the PEPR meeting. There are many forms of primary due diligence, including clinical trials and handicapping their outcomes, attending medical meetings across the globe, being in front of regulatory events or legal decisions, forecasting new drug launches, attending management meetings, conducting extensive doctor surveys, and meeting with global industry experts. All of these efforts guide portfolio construction at the PEPR meeting. President Trump has certainly created some volatility in the healthcare space, but we think this Republican administration will be a net positive for the healthcare industry. First and foremost was the new tax law. This has two important effects. One, the lowering of corporate tax rate, and two, lowering of the repatriation tax rate from overseas earnings back into the United States. What's the net effect of this? Increased earnings, increased dividends, increased share buybacks, and we expect an increase in mergers and acquisitions. Look, drug pricing is a complex subject. We think something will get done this year, but it'll be benign, pro-business, pro-patient. Overall, we think bark will be worse than the bite when all is said and done on drug pricing. Innovation in healthcare is at an all-time high. With the turn of this century, the genomics revolution unleashed hundreds of new druggable targets. However, it took about another decade for those targets to be properly understood, to turn science into new drugs. From bench to bedside, if you will. Today, we are reaping the rewards of those efforts. For example, in 2017, we saw a record number of drug approvals, with 46 novel approvals from the FDA. Innovation is high indeed. The most compelling therapeutic opportunity at the moment remains unquestionably in oncology. There's a revolution going on in the treatment of cancer, and particularly immuno-oncology. This is where the body's own immune system is stimulated to thwart tumors. Immuno-oncology has fulfilled the promise of cures in many patients. Global sales of these agents will reach over $10 billion US in 2018. That number could quadruple by the middle of next decade. But it's not just oncology. Alzheimer's disease, gene therapy, diabetes, cell therapy, cystic fibrosis, even hemophilia have all witnessed unprecedented drug development. Of course, M&A remains a critical theme for us in the Trust. We believe President Trump's tax reform bill is going to be a boon for M&A going forward. The pace of M&A has certainly accelerated in 2017 over 2016, and we expect further acceleration in 2018. The sweet spot is really in emerging biotechnology stocks, the real innovation engine in healthcare. We've seen many notable deals already this year, such as Celgene, buying a company called Juno Therapeutics in the cell therapy space, a $9 billion transaction. Novartis took out a company in the gene therapy space called Avexis, also a $9 billion acquisition. We expect M&A to be an important theme in 2018. Overall, this is an exciting time to be investing in healthcare. The industry is discovering and developing new drugs at an unprecedented pace. These drugs are truly meeting unmet medical needs and in some cases offering cures for patients like we've never seen before. This is good news for physicians, patients, and investors alike. This is the key reason to be quite cheerful about the Worldwide Healthcare Trust today.